King Charles III came to Edinburgh with ceremony and duty to attend and fulfil, but he did so too as a son mourning a mother. As their Majesties followed the late Queen's coffin, from every corner of the country and beyond, crowds lined the Royal Mile. They are grieving too.
I was born just before the Princess Elizabeth was crowned as Queen. And it's really it's quite emotional. I could even cry talking now, yeah. I'm just so pleased I was able to see it.
I also felt like I lost someone as well. So it was a really intense feeling seeing him there. I guess that he has to fulfill his duty, but also he's trying to mourn his mother, so that requires a lot of strength.
You really feel for him because it's been such a terrible time for him, losing his mother and then having all these things to go to and things to attend to. So it's really, you really feel for him.
The length of the Queen's reign and the place of her death means no one here has ever been part of anything quite like this before, and they never will be again. It is a moment in time, but one that will last for the ages. Inside St. Giles, a service of reflection and thanksgiving. The crown of Scotland was placed on the Queen's coffin as it began its period of lying in rest.
Present here are people whose lives were touched by the Queen in so many unforgettable ways. And so we gather to bid Scotland's farewell to our late monarch, whose life of service to the nation and the world we celebrate, and whose love for Scotland was legendary.
As we came on air, members of the public were due to start filing past to pay their respects. The first to be allowed in had been waiting since early this morning and told me they simply had to be here.
Because she died in Scotland, we've all got this opportunity to be here. It's an honour and a privilege. I met her at the ceremony of the keys twice at Holyroodhouse, and because I worked for the Royal Regiment of Scotland, and I was also presented to her when the Queen gave the new colours to the Royal Regiment of Scotland in 2009.
When I was 19 years of age, I joined the army and I took an oath to Her Majesty, and I've stuck by that oath, even 42 years later. I was actually on night shift last night, and I'm going night shift tonight again, and I've came here.
Scotland's capital has become a focal point for the world. Joel is a student from the Philippines.
I guess, to me, I would take that as a moment to perhaps really to thank the Lord for giving us someone like her here in the UK, someone we deeply respect and who is like a model for all of us.
Much of the protocol today for the King involved events we've seen his mother take part in countless times. The ceremony of the keys at Holyrood Palace, where the monarch is offered the keys to the city before entrusting them back to the Lord Provost for safekeeping. There was an unscheduled moment too, an impromptu walkabout among the flowers and tributes, and a chance to meet some of those who'd come to say goodbye to the Queen. The formal engagements continue into the evening at Parliament before a return to St. Giles, where the Queen's children will hold a vigil around her coffin. As they do so, the queue will take many hours to work its way through. The late Queen is no longer with us, but the people here today are still with her. Gordon Chree, STV News, Edinburgh.